Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You're listening to It Takes Two, the podcast where we tackle big topics with twice the takes. And today, Naomi, we are talking about an app that probably haunts the notification bars of millions.
Oh, Ethan, I know exactly who you mean. That bright green bird. The one that stares into your soul if you miss a day. Duo.
The one and only, we're diving deep into the world of Duolingo today based on this fascinating article we read.
It's an incredible story, really. From a project at Carnegie Mellon, trying to make education accessible.
Absolutely. Founded by Luis von Ahn and Severin Hacker. Von Ahn, by the way, the guy who invented CAPTCH, so he knows a thing or two about getting humans to do work online without realizing it.
Wait, the prove you're not a robot guy? That's hilarious given how much Duolingo feels like it's designed to make you behave like a diligent robot.
Right? It's like he used his powers for good and mild psychological manipulation.
Their core motivation was powerful, though, making quality language learning free. Von Ahn offers firsthand how expensive it was in Guatemala.
And they both benefited hugely from learning English. It really shaped their vision.
Yeah, they wanted to level the playing field. You stack to deliver education universally.
Initially, they actually tried a different business model, which the article calls a Rube Goldberg machine.
Oh yes, the idea was you'd learn by translating real web content for clients like CNN and BuzzFeed.
Imagine learning Spanish by translating a celebrity gossip article for BuzzFeed. Kim Kardashian es muy famosa?
El oso BB Cerveza was probably more accurate to their actual early sentences.
True, but that model didn't last. Machine translation got better. Users sometimes translated creatively, and there were legal issues.
So they pivoted, advertising and subscriptions, the freemium model.
Which became their secret sauce, right? The core learning is free, removing that barrier.
Exactly. And that massive user base generates tons of data to improve the lessons with AI.
It's a virtuous cycle. More users, more data, better AI, better lessons, more users. It's genius.
And they make money from the Super Duolingo and Duolingo Max subscriptions. Which, let's be honest, a lot of people end up getting because of the heart system.
Ah, the hearts, the little red symbols of your failure.
They are the bane of my existence when I'm on a roll and suddenly realize I only have one heart left.
It forces you to concentrate, though, or panic.
Mostly panic. But yes, it encourages carefulness.
Beyond the freemium, the real magic is the gamification.
Oh, absolutely. They're masters of tapping into human psychology.
Streaks, the ultimate motivator. I know people who haven't missed a day in years.
My friend's streak is over 1,000 days. He says he can't break it. It feels physically painful.
Was a version at its finest. You don't want to lose that little number.
Then there are the points, the levels, the shiny badges.
The leaderboards. Nothing motivates me more than seeing my cousin suddenly jump ahead of me in the Silver League.
You get competitive, don't you?
Only when virtual points are on the line and bragging rights over family.
So they basically turn learning into a video game.
Exactly. They took the most addictive parts of social media and mobile games and applied them to education.
It's brilliant, really. Addresses the massive dropout rates of other online courses.
Why is it so hard to stay motivated with a textbook, but so easy to click on Duolingo? Gamification.
And Duo. We HVE to talk about Duo.
Ah, the star of the show, the green owl.
He started as just a logo, right? Kinda plain?
The article mentions he looked a bit creepy in the early days.
Okay, yes, definitely creepy. Like he knew your browser history.
Then the internet took over and made him meme-level terrifying.
The passive-aggressive notifications. It looks like you haven't practiced Spanish today. Would be a shame if something happened to your family.
Duolingo's marketing team saw that and ran with it, leaned into the wholesome button-hinged persona.
That was a genius move. Their social media, especially TikTok, is hilarious.
Duo twerking, Duo feuding with Google Translate, Duo just showing up places.
The Charlie XCX concert appearance was next-level marketing.
And the death of Duo's stunt earlier this year, peak internet chaos.
They are so good at trending and engaging directly with the audience. It feels authentic, even when it's completely absurd.
It's a competitive advantage, the article points out. Hard for other language apps to replicate that brand personality.
You can't just buy internet virality like that. You have to earn it with absurdity.
Speaking of earning things, let's talk about how they teach, the Duolingo method.
Bite-sized lessons. Perfect for mobile. You can do a quick 5-minute session on the bus.
Or while waiting for your coffee, or avoiding eye contact with someone on the street.
They focus on practical communication too, not just grammar rules in a vacuum.
The bear drinks beer, very practical.
Hey, you never know when you'll need to tell someone that.
They also use spaced repetition, which is a scientifically proven way to help you remember things.
Revisiting concepts just when you're about to forget them. Smart.
And the variety of exercises, translation, speaking, listening, stories.
Duo Radio and Adventures are cool additions for more immersive practice.
Underneath all the gamification and friendly or threatening owl persona is serious tech.
The AI, the bird brain engine.
BirdBrain. I love that name. It analyzes your performance and tailors the next lesson.
It figures out what you're good at, what you struggle with, and gives you exercises in that zone of proximal development.
Aiming for about an 80% success rate on exercises, challenging but not soul-crushingly hard.
AI is also helping them create content faster. The article said they made way more units in 2024 than 2020 owned thanks to AI.
That's wild, though the article does mention concerns about human oversight diminishing and the quality of nuance.
Yeah, that's a valid point. Language has so many subtleties.
But the AI powers some of the most interesting new features in Duolingo Max.
Oh, tell me about those. Explain my answer.
So if you get something wrong, the AI doesn't just say nope, it explains why.
That's super helpful. Sometimes you just need that little bit more context.
And role-play, you can practice conversations with Duolingo characters.
Ordering coffee with Lily? Bonjour un grand café s'il vous plaît.
Lily, excellent. And would you like a pastry to accompany your beverage, or are you strictly here for the caffeine?
Okay, maybe a little too advanced for ordering coffee.
The craziest AI feature mentioned is video call with Lily.
Wait, you can video call in a IL?
Well, an AI character, not Duo himself. It's in certain languages and on iOS primarily right now, but it's expanding.
That is next level. Practicing speaking without the pressure of a real human judging you.
Exactly. They said it helps overcome speaking anxiety, though the AI voice can feel impersonal.
I'd worry about privacy with that. What if the AI hears me talking to my cat?
The article says they have safeguards and data is used for personalization, not model training without consent.
Okay, good. I don't want the AI knowing about my cat's existential mewas.
They also use AI for optimizing notifications, the bandit algorithm.
So it knows exactly when to nudge you for maximum guilt?
Basically, it's like having a tiny, data-driven personal trainer who only cares about your streak.
Diabolical.
But effective.
Speaking of the user experience, the article mentions the famous AB testing.
They run over 750 experiments a quarter, testing everything.
But on colors, lesson difficulty, whether Duo crying makes you practice more.
I bet Duo crying works.
Don't make Duo sad, do your Italian lesson.
The goal is long-term engagement, making learning delightful.
But they did face some criticism, right? The big update in 2020 that changed the learning path.
Oh yes, replacing the branching tree with a linear path. A lot of long-time users were not happy.
It felt less flexible, less like you had control.
And complaints about courses being dumbed down, grammar notes disappearing, and the push towards paid subscriptions.
That tension is definitely there. They're optimized for getting beginners hooked and keeping them engaged up to intermediate levels.
But maybe not the best for reaching true, advanced fluency.
You probably need more immersion, more complex conversations than the Apple own provides.
Which is where features like Duolingo a max try to bridge the gap, but the core model has limitations for high-level mastery.
Okay, but they aren't just staying in language anymore. They're expanding.
The Learn Anything vision, Duolingo a BC for literacy.
Totally free, aimed at kids 3-8. Tackling a huge global issue like illiteracy.
That one sounds genuinely great, uses that gamified approach for phonics and reading.
And Duolingo Math, announced in 2020, integrated last year.
Making math practice fun a noble goal?
Reviews are mixed though. Good for basic review, but maybe not for learning complex new concepts.
Yeah, the article echoed that, more of a supplemental tool.
And Duolingo Music, learning notes and rhythm.
Without needing an instrument, though they just partnered with a piano company.
Sony Music partnership for pop songs is cool, trying to make it more engaging.
But the music course also gets feedback about being too slow and superficial on theory.
Seems like the pattern for the non-language courses is great for beginners, maybe not enough depth later.
Which makes sense given their core strength is getting people started and keeping them engaged daily.
Okay, last new subject mentioned in the article, and it's a strategic one.
Chess?
Yes, Duolingo Chess. It just launched in beta for iOS users in April 2025.
That's right now. We're talking about current events here.
Positioning chess as a brain-sharpening skill, using their puzzles and mini-matches approach.
And you play against Oscar, an coach whose difficulty adjusts.
No player versus player yet, but they're considering it.
Okay, I might actually try Duolingo Chess. Learning chess has always felt intimidating.
See, their model works. Take something potentially intimidating and make it approachable and gamified.
I can already hear the notifications. It looks like you haven't checkmated Oscar today.
Duo in a little knight costume staring from your lock screen.
Or maybe the rook, he seems sturdy.
Definitely not the pawn. Duo is not just moving one square forward.
He's diagonally attacking your free time.
Nailed it.
So, Duolingo went public, right? The IPO in 2020 own.
Yeah, July 2020 own. Priced at $100 per share. Raised over $500 million.
Valuing them in the billions, from a university project to an EdTech giant.
Fueled by user growth and that pandemic boom in online learning.
They had huge waitlists just for the beta.
Over 300 B0 people were eager to try it before it even launched publicly.
Which shows how much pent-up demand there was for a free, accessible way to learn.
Their user numbers are mind-boggling. 500 million registered users by 2020-2023.
That's more people than a lot of countries.
It really puts their scale into perspective.
And all those funding rounds before the IPO, Ashton Kutcher was an early investor?
Yes. Series A back in 2011, Ashton Kutcher, venture capitalist.
Who knew? Capital G Google's investment arm led some big rounds too.
Pushing them past that unicorn status $1 billion valuation.
So they had the funding to really scale up and develop.
The Duolingo English Test DEE is another key product evolution.
Oh yeah, much cheaper than TOEFL or IELTS. $49 versus hundreds.
And you can take it online proctored by AI, accepted by thousands of institutions now.
That fits perfectly with their mission of democratizing education.
Removes a huge cost and logistical barrier for people applying to universities abroad.
They also had tiny cards for a while, that flashcard app.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They acquired it, then shut it down to focus on the main app.
Probably a smart move. Keep the core strong.
It seems like their strategy is to perfect the gamified, bite-sized approach and then apply it to new subjects.
Languages, literacy, math, music, chess. What's next? Duolingo, cooking.
It looks like you have an attempt to be Fallington today. Are you trying to make Duo sad?
Or Duolingo, personal finance. It looks like you haven't reviewed your budget today. Duo is very disappointed.
Okay, that one might be too scary.
Could you imagine gamifying saving money? Points for not buying that extra coffee?
My streak would be 0.
Mine too. The financial anxiety would cancel out the gamification dopamine.
So, looking at the big picture, Duolingo has genuinely changed how millions of people approach learning.
Absolutely. Made it accessible, fun, and habitual for so many.
Even with the criticisms about depth or certain updates, their impact is undeniable.
They cracked the code on retention for online learning, which is huge.
And they built a brand personality that is instantly recognizable and loved and feared globally.
All thanks to a persistent green now land a lot of smart design and tech.
It's a testament to starting with a strong mission and being adaptable.
Even when your initial business model is a Rube Goldberg translation machine.
Or when you decide to make your mascot aggressively adorable.
The TikTok strategy alone was worth millions.
Easily, free marketing fueled by men's.
It's fascinating how they leverage internet culture.
They understand their audience on a level most big companies can only dream of.
From prove you're not a robot to learn Korean or else with Squid Game.
That Squid Game partnership was perfect.
Duo in a pink guard uniform, terrifyingly on brand.
Their ability to integrate themselves into pop culture moments is unmatched.
And it keeps them relevant, keeps people talking.
Even if it's just complaining about losing their streak or a change to the app.
All engagement is good engagement for Duo.
Unless you get banned from the leaderboards for cheating.
Do people actually cheat on Duolingo? What's the point?
To get to the top of the Diamond League, I guess, the glory.
Imagine the dedication required to cheat at learning a language.
Or chess. Cheating Oscar the AI coach.
Oscar probably has a bird brain algorithm to detect cheating anyway.
It looks like you received an illegal move suggestion from an external source. Duo is always watching.
I proctoring on the English test too, remember?
Detecting eye gaze. So Big Brother LIS watching.
All to maintain test integrity and keep costs down, the article says.
A necessary evil, perhaps, for accessibility.
Overall, a really compelling story of a company that started with a clear social mission and found a way to make it financially sustainable and wildly successful.
By making learning fun and a little bit scary.
Just how we like it on It Takes Two.
Indeed.
So, quick check, Naomi, have you done your Duolingo lesson today?
I was planning to write after the show.
That's what they all say.
Don't give me that look, Ethan. Duo is already judging me enough.
Just saying, wouldn't want anything to happen to your streak, or, your podcast co-host.
Okay. Message received. I'll do my German lesson.
Sehr gut.
Dankeschön. Anyway, this has been a great deep dive into the world of the little green owl that could.
From Carnegie Mellon to an SDAQ, it's quite the journey.
And into our notification bars.
Leaving us with a mix of educational fulfillment and existential dread.
The Duolingo promise.
Right before Duo sends a drone to our studio, let's wrap this up.
Good idea. We don't want to make him come get us.
Thanks for tuning into It Takes Two.
We hope you learned something new, maybe not enough to be fluent, but enough for a good streak.
And just maybe inspired you to do your lesson today.
Or at least check if Duo has posted any new TikToks.
Priorities, Naomi.
Priorities.
All right, that's it for this week.
We'll be back next time with another topic to explore.
Until then, keep learning or else.
Chuckles by everyone.
Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.
Slan.
Wait, what language is that?
Irish. I'm starting a new Duolingo course.
Of course you are. Gotta keep that streak going.
You know it.
Did you see how many languages they have now thanks to the incubator program early on?
Oh yeah, the community volunteers creating courses. That was genius.
Built out their offerings so fast.
Though the article says they phased that out for internal development later.
Oh, right? Probably easier to maintain quality control that way.
Especially with AI helping now.
Speaking of quality, the CEFR alignment is a big deal for learners.
Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. Shows you're progressing towards actual standards.
From a 1 beginner to B1 B2 intermediate.
It gives you a tangible goal beyond just finishing units in the app.
Makes it feel more like real learning even with the gamification.
And that was always the balance, wasn't it? Make it fun enough to be addictive but serious enough to actually teach.
The perfect marriage of pedagogy and psychology.
With a side of green owl menace.
Adds flavor.
Definitely memorable.
Remember the time the app glitched and Duo just stared at you with no text?
Oh god, that was horrifying. The memes were just reality for a moment.
The silent judgment is the worst kind of judgment.
Absolutely. Much rather have him threaten my family.
Safer that way.
So, thinking about the future, what's next for Duolingo? World domination.
The Learn Anything vision is pretty close to that, if they successfully expand into multiple course objects.
They could become the primary education platform for millions globally.
Especially in places where traditional education is expensive or inaccessible.
That core mission of accessibility is still driving them.
It's a powerful foundation.
But they'll need to address the intermediate plateau issue if they want to keep users long-term in any subject.
True, maybe the AI features in Max are their attempt to do that.
Roleplay and video call with Lily sound promising for conversational practice.
Simulated immersion.
It's not the same as talking to a native speaker, but it's a low-stakes starting point.
Especially for building confidence.
And I guess chess fits into the brain training category for adults.
Yeah, the math app had that track too. Adult brain training.
It's a smart way to broaden the appeal beyond just students.
My mom would probably love Duolingo math for keeping sharp.
My dad could probably use Duolingo chess.
He misses his checkmates?
Let's just say his queen gets captured, frequently.
He needs Oscar the AI coach.
Maybe for Christmas this year.
So, Duo as a Christmas gift, learning wrapped in green.
Best gift ever. Duo is making me say that.
I can see the gun to your back from here.
Just a tiny feather gun, don't worry.
Made of compressed gamification data.
Exactly.
It's been fascinating to see how they've iterated and grown.
From those early struggles with the translation model.
To a multi-subject empire.
With a multi-billion-dollar valuation.
And a mascot that is now a cultural icon.
The little green owl that could, and did, and is probably reminding you to practice right now.
Mine just popped up. Your daily goal awaits.
See, he heard us.
Or the band algorithm just decided it was prime notification time.
Either way, the message is clear.
Practice.
Or suffer the consequences.
Right, on that slightly menacing note, let's officially wrap up.
Thank you for joining us on It Takes Two.
We hope this deep dive into Duolingo was informative and maybe slightly terrifying.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review.
And do your Duolingo lesson.
Bye.
See ya.
Wait, Ethan, I just got another notification.
What is it?
It says, did you and Ethan finish recording the podcast? Or are you just procrastinating?
Oh my god. Duo is listening to us.
I told you he was always watching.
This is unsettling. We need to go. Now?
Agreed. Hit the stop button.
Smashing it. Smashing it.
Quick, do a Spanish sentence.
Jonas Estorm.
ODS, Duo, ODS.
Did it work?
The notification disappeared.
Crisis averted, for now.
He'll be back. They always come back.
Especially if your streak is on the line.
So true. Okay, for real this time.
For real. Unless Duo makes us do an emergency practice session with.
Don't even joke about that.
Okay, crashing our recording software.
Please no. My microphone probably isn't calibrated for all screeching.
Or demanding we translate. The cat is on the table for the 500th time.
Elgato Estate and La Mesa. See, it's burned into my brain.
Their spaced repetition is terrifyingly effective.
It works.
Against my will, sometimes.
Just accept the green owl into your life, Ethan.
He's already there, Naomi. Staring, always staring.
Embrace the gamification. Chase the shiny badge.
Maybe I should try the Duolingo chess beta, distract myself from the languages.
Oh, a new obsession for Duo to track.
It looks like you're spending too much time checkmating Oscar and not enough time conjugating verbs.
He'll find a way to merge them. Translate this chess opening into French.
For, in French, quarter?
Close enough for Duo, probably.
Hopefully, my streak depends on it.
Your virtual life depends on it.
And potentially my real one, according to the memes.
Right? We are LLY have to go before we spiral completely into Duo paranoia.
Agreed. Thanks again for listening, everyone.
And remember to practice.
Or Duo will know.
He always knows.
By now.
See you.
Okay, mic check, is it off?
Seems like it.
Do you think he can still hear us?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe we should just do a quick French lesson just in case.
Good thinking. Safety first.
Bonjour.
Jesus.
Une shoot.
Bert.
That's probably enough for one day.
Yeah, don't want to overdo it.
Just enough to appease the owl.
Exactly.
So, about this chess thing.
Oh, you're actually considering it?
Maybe. It sounds less grammar intensive than languages right now.
But just as strategic. You'll still be using your brain.
True, but in a different way, more like a puzzle.
And Duolingo is good at making puzzles fun.
That's what the article highlighted about the new chess course interactive puzzles.
And the adaptive hint system.
So I won't just stare blankly at the board.
Hopefully not. Duo's eye helper Oscar will guide you.
Okay, I might download it later.
Let me know how it goes. Maybe we can compare ELO ratings eventually.
Prepare to be checkmated, Naomi.
Bring it on. Just make sure you do your French lesson too.
Size yes, Mom.
It's for your own good. Duo said so.
Of course he did. He runs everything now.
Pretty much.
From language learning to global AI-powered overlord.
One bite-sized lesson at a time.
The subtle takeover.
We should probably get this episode edited and out before Duo demands we translate it.
It looks like your podcast episode is not available in Swahili. Duo is disappointed.
Oh no. Don't give him ideas.
Too late. I'm sure the bandit algorithm is already calculating the optimal time to send that notification.
This is why I can't have nice things, or a life outside of Duolingo.
You are not alone, Naomi. You are not alone.
Solidarity and streaks.
Exactly.
Right? For real this time?
For real, no more Duo talk, unless a new meme drops.
Or he crashes our next recording.
Let's hope not. My computer can barely handle editing as it is.
Adding an angry green owl lavador is probably too much.
It definitely would slow things down.
And the sheer terror.
That too.
Okay, I'm pressing stop. Are you sure?
Yes, press it.
Here goes nothing.
Hopefully Duo approves of the episode.
He probably just cares if we did our lessons.